Hello, my most amazing artists. I hope that you enjoyed looking at the Boab trees from Australia. We're going to be talking about some Aboriginal art which comes from Australia. We're going to talk about some of their symbols, and we are going to create our own Boab trees. We're going to draw two on this pretty big sheet of paper. So, the first step is we want to give this a little bit of color. We're going to be using black paint probably next week. I'm not quite sure. We may get to it today. We're going to be using pencil. We're going to be using oil pastel, and we will be using crayons. So crayons is what we're going to use first just to give this a little bit of color. So what you want to do is you want to take your crayon and you just want to just lightly, you may not even barely be able to see this, you're just going to kind of scribble very lightly with your crayon. Now if you look, that is too hard because I can really see that. I just want to scribble real lightly. You might want to pick like 2 or 3 colors. But we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. We're just going to do some light scribbles, very light, because we want this just to kind of be in the background. We don't want it to show up very much. So let me pick another color. I'm going to get purple. It's hard to color lightly. Just don't press down. I'm not pressing down on the paper. I'm just like letting the crayon touch the paper and I'm moving it, but I'm not pressing down hard. Okay, so I've done 4 colors now. All right, now I will show you what this looks like. It's very, very, very light. Okay, you want to be able to see your pencil lines that we're going to do in just a minute. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start our composition. And composition is the way things are placed in our artwork. The very first thing you're going to do is fold your paper in half and then open it back up. And on this bottom half, so from the line that you just folded down, you're going to make 3 lines. So let me show you with my pencil. This is the top half up here. So from the bottom half down, I'm going to do some wavy lines and wavy lines. That's 1 line, okay? So we're making kind of like some banners almost. There's 2. Now my last one, I'm going to have a hard time fitting it, but it's okay. They don't all have to be the same size. There's 3. Now we're going to put our Aboriginal symbols in these lines. So we'll look at those in a little bit. And then what we're going to do is right here at this second line, we're going to start our Boab trees. So if you remember looking at them just a minute ago, they sort of look like bottles. The trunks are super thick. And so what we're going to do is we are going to draw a line straight up and another line straight up, okay? And then I'm just going to bring this in and kind of give it a bottleneck. So that's the trunk of one of my trees. Now you can do this however you like, but you want to make sure that it's thick. You can make one taller than the other one. So straight up. You can make one fatter than the other one. Straight up. And then up here, we kind of curve it in and then give it a top. So it looks like a milk jug or an orange juice jug or a bottle. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some tree branches. So we're just going to kind of, you can just do like lines. You don't really have to do anything fancy. We're going to give it some tree branches. They can overlap, okay, like that. So it looks like hair is growing out of our bottles. And then you can give your tree branches some leaves. I'm kind of doing like cloud shapes, but you can do this however you want. Okay. We are going to be painting all of our pencil lines with a black line of paint. So it's real important that you kind of know what you're doing here. All right, so I've got that. All right, now what I'm going to do is I need to take an eraser, and I don't have one with me, but I'm going to erase these lines that are going through my bottle because I want them to appear to be in the background. So I don't want it to look like it's going on top of my tree trunk. I want them to go away. So these lines right here, I'm going to kind of take away. And then also, I'm going to come up with my Aboriginal art symbols, and I'm going to draw them in these 3 spaces. So when I'm done with that, I will show you. I'm going to erase this and look at which symbols I want to use, and then I'll draw that, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next.